Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, April 10th, 2025. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. CPI data from China were worse than expected. Minus 0.2% was the previous number in the forecast. The actual number was minus 0.4%. CPI, the monthly CPI increased from minus 0.7 to minus 0.1, but still worse than expected. PPI down from minus 2.2% to minus 2.5%. Bank of England credit conditions survey will be released at 10:30. 10 minutes later, Spanish 10-year auction is being scheduled for release. Monthly board member Tuominen will give a speech from the ECB at 11:15. At 2 o'clock, we got the German Buba Vice President to give a speech. 30 minutes later, we got core CPI and CPI data from the US. The market participants expect the CPI to decrease from 2.8% to 2.5%. So that's the biggest expectation here. Building permits in Canada are scheduled for release at 2:30 as well. Initial jobless claims again 2:30 as well, scheduled for release. FOMC member Bowman to give a speech at 4 o'clock. Then we have the WASDE report at 6 o'clock. 30 minutes later, Harker will give a speech. At 8 o'clock, we got federal budget balance data release, and at 10:30, we got Fed's balance sheet. So we are waiting for the CPI data from the US. Please remember, yesterday, President Trump has paused the tariffs for everyone except China for 90 days, and the China tariffs are still let's say still a valid thing, and now they are 125%. So tariffs wars are the main theme right now on the markets. The situation has improved a little bit. Without any further ado, let's take a look at the charts. We start with euro dollar, and then we are going to see what is going on the American stocks. Euro dollar 4-hour chart is showing us a movement to the downside after the first leg of the correction has been done. You know that we are doing now the wave 4, so this might be complex and time-consuming correction. For now, what do we have here for now? Well, we start with the simple correction pattern. So we got let's say it depends where it ends. Let's say it ends here, so we got something like wave A completed. Now wave B to the upside, and maybe some sort of the wave C to the downside is now in progress, which means that this is still the part of the wave 4. Please remember that wave B doesn't have to be completed just yet. It might develop into more complex pattern. Now we tested the trend line here, the black trend line. We bounced a little. Nevertheless, the whole situation here looks more like let's say more complex and more time-consuming development of the wave B, unless we break the low of the wave A. Let's say it is the technical support as well, 1.1001, and then we will make the wave C somewhere here, or even towards the level of 1.0734. So then even the wave 4 might be completed then here, and ABC is enough for the wave 4. Again, wave 4 might be more complex and time consuming. It doesn't have to be only ABC correction. It might be some kind of a triangle. Maybe that's only the first leg of the triangle. We will see what the market will do. For now, what I can mark on my chart is definitely the new trend line here. Let me just change the color so everyone stay on the same page. This is the new trend line, and any breakout above the new trend line might likely be some sort of the interesting development of the wave 5. Okay, so euro dollar, complex correction, simple correction, we don't know. Let it go wherever it wants. Now, 4-hour time frame chart of the SP500. We are back towards the key technical level. This is, of course, let me just take a look here and manage to let me just attach my level here. There you go. We went towards the technical resistance, basically located roughly around 5,500, exactly 5,487, 5,504. So this is the zone where the technical resistance is. So we're testing it. Now, this is the level of 78% of the Fibonacci retracement, which is not that popular and not that strong. As you can see, 50% was quite strong, and then there was a breakout. Nevertheless, okay, there is 78% of the Fibonacci retracement, and this is 5,524, and there is 100 periods moving average right now 5,507. So I will remove this Fibonacci retracement. We got very nice, very sharp, very strong movement to the upside. Of course, that happened after the President Trump triggered the movement to the upside, saying that he pausing the tariffs and he increases even more tariffs on China. So market was rallying a little bit towards these levels here. So right now we see whether this market wants to break above this level. Let me just take a look if I got my there you go. I got my arrows. Yeah, this is the key level here. This is the key level because it's a technical resistance, 100 periods moving average, 78% Fibonacci retracement. They need to put an effort to break above this level. Most likely, if we break above this level, then we will test the recent swing high 5,713 and maybe even the level of 5,781. But for now, we are above we are below the trend line, below the technical resistance, below the moving average. Let's wait and see what this market will do. NASDAQ. NASDAQ 100, let's just take a look at this index here. The same situation. As you can see, we bounced from the level of 16,325. We moved higher. Strongly, so that might be our temporary low. Momentum is strong, momentum is positive, almost the same behavior as we could observe on the SP 500. There is still some kind of a level here, so we got the technical resistance, let's say here, and we got the technical resistance. We used to have it here, and now the market slightly broke above this technical resistance, tested the 100 periods moving average. Obviously, the next target would be here, 19,799. So that's the next target for the bulls, and eventually 20,339 is the next target for the bulls, and that's a swing high. So might be quite interesting to see bulls testing this level. For now, it all looks very, very bullish. Local technical support 18,217. Strong momentum, strong bullish response to Trump's announcement. So right now it looks like the temporary bulls are in charge of this market of NASDAQ 100. Let me just place this line here. So this is our trend line. Obviously, this trend line has been attached to this. Yes, there you go, to the swing high here. Let me just move it a little bit, so we are touching it for the extremes. So it looks like very interesting situation. Bulls needs to break above this level here in order to continue higher. Otherwise, we will have the full retracement. So that was the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So maybe Dow. So that's the Indu, and the situation on the Dow Jones Industrial Average is almost the same. The situation here is like this. We went towards the level of 40,573. We tested this level, and we are still below this level right now. There is a zone 40,500. 40,000 40,673 and 41,146. This is the zone. Obviously 100 periods moving average is here. We got our technical support, very weak technical support, 39,433. So that's the technical support, and we obviously have the support at the extreme low at 36,500. We are waiting what the market will do eventually with this situation. Obviously we can even manage to attach our trend line here to the last swing high, and obviously we got the next target for the bulls, which is located at 42,515. But everything now depends what the market will do here in this narrow zone. So what the US dollar index did then? So US dollar index didn't do almost anything. So it's all about the stocks right now, because the US dollar index went up, but this level here is not really the level we want to bother, because we are still below 103.72, which is the technical resistance. The recent high was 103.49, the yesterday high 103.30. So as you can see, we are still below the key technical levels. That trend line, obviously we can place our trend line, and the conclusion is we are below 100 periods moving average, testing this technical resistance here, but 103.19, but nothing really very splendid is coming out of this. We are below the trend line, we are below the other technical resistance, so momentum is 49 points. So basically it's a neutral momentum. Nothing is going on here. The market is waiting what will happen in the stocks, I guess, whether there will be flow into the dollar after the failure of the one-day rally triggered by the Trump comments and announcements, or maybe this is something much more bigger, and maybe it will last a little bit longer. For now we still don't know, so the market is reacting very calmly on the US dollar. And the Bitcoin again bounced above the technical resistance at 81,231. So now we will change this to support. Obviously this was triggered by the comments of the Trump. Now we are going to move our trend line here, so you can see that again 100 periods moving average and a trend line preserve the bulls from rallying. So this is the key level here. The blue arrow is telling you that this is the key. Maybe even I will mark it as a black arrow. The black arrow is showing you this is the key level. Right now we need a breakout above the trend line, above the yesterday high, towards first the level of 86,000, then towards the supply zone, in order to continue this up movement. Momentum is strong, 58 points. Momentum is positive. So there is a possibility for this market to rally higher. However, they need a breakout. If the Bitcoin will be rallying higher, if the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, SP500 or American indices will be rallying higher than today and on Friday, and generally the weekly candle will be with the long down week, lower week, okay, down shadow or something like this. You can call it whatever you want. Then of course we might see some sort of the bigger pullback, bigger correction. However, it doesn't mean that the short-term trend has changed just yet. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. Please observe the American indices, please observe American stocks. Please take a look at the Bitcoin as well if you are a cryptocurrency trader, because as you can see, Bitcoin is following this indices one to one. This is exactly the same pattern we've seen on S&P 500, NASDAQ and Dow Jones. So please stay focused, stay vigilant, keep an eye on the markets these days. Super important these days. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.